10 transgender celebrities we all admire. Today we've brought you a video about a group of people whom the world has still not accepted completely and are very harsh to them. The video is about transgender celebrities who didn't give up about what people say about them and succeeded in their life. The hard work of these celebrities has also helped to normalise the concept of transgenderism. Life is pretty tough as it is for the average person, but it's pretty hard hitting for a transgender because people are harsh to them. They often have to deal with isolation as their family is also not supportive sometimes. However, some transgender celebrities deserve a round of applause for everything they've been through and still didn't give up. Number 1. Laverne Cox. Laverne Cox is the first name which comes to mind when you talk about transgender. She was the first person who rose to fame after appearing on the hit TV show Orange is the New Black. Laverne was from Alabama and had a pretty harsh childhood as she was constantly bullied by others because of being too girlish. She was fond of dancing, but her mother did not allow her to do it. After a lot of rejections, her mum finally agreed to let her take tap and jazz, but still didn't allow her to take ballet lessons as it was too girly. Laverne always had a hint that she was a girl, but she thought it was sinful. She even attempted suicide once in 6th grade by swallowing a complete bottle of pills. However, Laverne didn't give up after that and is in a pretty good place now. Nowadays, she uses her fame to fight for transgender rights, and a lot of people are inspired by him. She is a beautiful person by heart and once told a young girl, "Remember, honey, transgender is beautiful." Number 2. CHAZ Jennings. CHAZ Jennings is a trans girl who first got famous when she was only 6 years old. She gave a televised interview with Barbara Walters, and since then she aims to show the world what it's like to be a trans kid. Since childhood, CHAZ thought that she was a girl trapped inside a boy's body. CHAZ believed that one day a fairy will visit her and change her boy parts into girl parts. The best thing that happened to her was that her family were very supportive as soon as they found out that she's a transgender. CHAZ completed a very tough journey and now she's finally famous, YouTuber, and even has her own TV show. She's constantly trying to fight for transgender and was also included in Time magazine Top 25 Influential Teens in a list in 2014. The best quality of her is that she doesn't care about what people think, and she also said, "I determine the way I am, not anyone else." Number 3. CHAZ BONO. Sunny and Cher never thought that their child would be trans when they welcomed her into the world. Chastity started to present herself as CHAZ when she wanted to transition. Life was too hard for him in the late 2000s and said that it was still very painful to see her old pictures today when he's 40 years old. He finally got his breasts removed and started taking testosterone shots in order to have facial hair and thicken his voice. He became an actor just like his parents and was the first trans man to play a male role in a feature film. He's also worked in many other shows such as The Bold and the Beautiful, The Secret Life of an American Teen, and The American Horror Story. You must be wondering how her mother felt about the transitioning, as it became a big change for the mother to accept. CHAZ has come a long way and no one is more proud of him than his mother. Number 4. CARRERA. The major breakthrough for CARRERA was when she started season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race. She actually used to do drag for years, but being excluded from the RuPaul show was the most difficult thing for her during transitioning. People had a hard time accepting her for who she was as they were so used to seeing her as a man. However, Carmen hopes that her story will help to standardize transgenderism. Carmen works as a model nowadays, but have you heard about the drama that she stirred up with Ru? She called out Drag Race for pulling a game called Female or She-Male. She said that the term she-male was an exceedingly aggressive term. Number 5. ANDREJA PEGIC. People know her as Andre Page in the fashion world before she began her transitioning into a woman. ANDREJA was the first and only model who used to do catwalk in women's clothes, but he soon became an it figure due to his mixed looks. In 2014, ANDREJA decided to live her life freely as a transgender by undergoing surgery. She also told Vogue that transitioning isn't easy, as going to talk to a surgeon and ask him to change your body parts. She went through a lot during her transition. She had to attend psychiatric sessions and undergo strict testing before she was allowed to get surgery. Only her menswear agency knew about the surgery and was supportive about her becoming a female model. A person can go through anything if he has loved ones by their side. ANDREJA made history by becoming the first transgender model and also appeared on the front page of GQ Portugal. Who would have thought that she would become such a successful model one day? Number 6, Laverne Cox. The world of modelling and fashion industry has started to accept transgender, but it's not easy for Laverne Cox to be a trans woman as she's a woman's featherweight MMA fighter. She was forced to confess when a reporter tried to get a hint about her life before transition. She said that her mother and father didn't take the news of her being a trans woman well. At first, they thought she was gay and put her into a gay conversion therapy, hoping she would become a straight man again. However, Laverne knew by heart who she was and decided to start this brave journey without the support of her parents. She's the first transgender fighter in MMA history, and people often give her a hard time by saying that she has an unfair advantage over female-born fighters. Laverne told several times that she was doing hormone therapy, but no one listened to her, and they saw her as a normal woman. However, Laverne didn't let her emotions get the best of her, and we admire her for the continuous struggle. She bravely fought transphobia and is making it easier for future transgender athletes. Number 7, GEENA ROCERO. GEENA was a model who was born as a boy but turned out to be transgender. She was very nervous about her TED Talk in 2014 because she knew it would change her life forever. However, she was relieved knowing that she would be free to live the life she deserved after this speech. She had a gender transition surgery when she was only 19 years old, and the majority of people and her close friends didn't know it before the TED Talk. She was scared that no one would ever see her as a regular woman if media found out the truth. Even her agent didn't know that she was transgender until she gave her speech. The good news was that the speech didn't change anything, and GEENA always wanted to come out fighting. GEENA was only 5 years old when she first told her mum about it. Her family were very supportive and completely accepted her. She wants to represent the trans community and hopes for the future that the fashion world will hire more trans models because their stories need to be told. Number 8, ERIKA ERVIN. ERIKA was originally known as William before she transitioned in 2004. The supermodel ERIKA ERVIN had a stunning height of 6 foot 8 inches. ERIKA is the tallest model in the world and thought about telling the people about the transition when Bill Skarsgård advised her to start with the Swedish people as they are kind of accepting. She's also an actress who played the role of Amazon Eve on American Horror Story Freak Show since they were looking for a man to play a woman role. ERIKA was co-stars with the smallest woman in the world who stands at only 2'1". It's funny to see these two opposites together, but it's even more inspiring that they get to show the world that they're different. ERIKA used to feel bad about her height, but eventually she started to feel proud of herself. Sadly, ERIKA's family didn't accept her transitioning and she was alone in this harsh phase of life. However, she didn't give up and decided to live freely, regardless of what people think of her. Number 9, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn, who was previously known as Bruce Jenner, had one of the most conspicuous transitions ever documented. She was fascinated by the clothes of her mother and sister when she was only a young boy. She even had confused feelings inside and threw herself into athletics, where she even won an Olympic gold medal in 1976. Her both marriages failed miserably due to unhappiness. She tried to talk to her second wife, but Linda was not interested at all. Then she started dating Kris Jenner and told her that she'd been taking hormone pills for almost 4.5 years. Kris denies that Bruce didn't say anything before marriage, but both of them made a good team and raised children, the stars of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The children were shocked to see their dad transition into a woman, however they were very supportive about it. She decided to transition publicly at the age of 65, which was a very brave step and proved that it's never too late to become what you truly want to be. Number 10, Chanel West Coast. Do you know that people think that Lee Norris, who played Stuart Minkus on Boy Meets World, became a trans woman? He was the blonde brainy kid with the glasses, but there's a rumour that Lee Norris became Chanel West Coast because of their smaller features. We have no idea how these rumours started, but they're both separate people with separate careers in entertainment. Lee is still an actor who starred in The Walking Dead, whereas Chanel West Coast is a rapper and actress. When Chanel was asked to clear up the Minkus rumour, she said that she feels bad for Lee Norris because people truly believe that he's transitioned into her. Nobody realised that he still has a potential acting career, and that's because the world doesn't even think that he exists in his male form anymore. This all started because someone noticed that the two look alike and thought it would be a funny joke. Being transgender is a very tough thing for someone to go through, and you shouldn't make fun of them. We should be supportive and caring towards them. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to keep watching such amazing videos.